He's more like a leader, a friend, and a father.
His thoroughness of approach and his attention to detail. And I think these are the hallmarks of legendary architects all over the world.
He's good with people, so he leaves a lasting impression on people. So that helps every one of us trying to come up in the organization.
But generally speaking, he's just a fantastic man to know and an ally to have in life.
So the two words I associate with him is that pedantic and then gracious.
He's very young at heart. He's ever young. He's very young at heart. He can relate to people from different age bands, which is, I think, one of his good qualities.
First time I met Mr. Davis was, I think, somewhere in Ikoyi. We had a meeting. We were the clients, and they were the consultants. And I remember then we were working on a project. And I didn't even know he was the managing director of the organization. He just looked like any other staff. So I thought, he's one of the staff of James Cubbit. Later on, I got to realize that he was the managing director, and I was like, wow, this man is rather simple.
My first impression of Alan, I think that he came across as an easygoing person who one would like to work with. Although I wondered about that because shortly after joining the practice, he sent me off to Port Harcourt, where I had to stay for about a year as resident architect on the Halliburton project.
When I first met Mr. Davis, I think that was in 2008. It was January 2008, and he struck me first as somebody who gives attention to you as a person. He's a perfect listener. He wants to hear you out completely, and he's very, very polite. In fact, I would say extremely polite.
When we started, everything had to be precise on the paper. He would take his scale rule and make sure that the spacing of the borderline is the same throughout the sheet. It was that pedantic then.
Well, when I was told I was going to meet my chairman-to-be, because this was when I was just about joining the organization, I was thinking I was going to meet an old man with a lot of, there was so much tension. But I met a very pleasant, cool man. He was quite warm. The day I spoke with him, I went away excited that, well, I'm going to be working with this nice man. And I don't think I was wrong, because he's actually a pleasant man.
For the first time I met Mr. Davis, I was just coming in to consult for James Cubbit, and then I had sent in a proposal beforehand. They had studied it, and then when I came in, Mr. Davis said, you sent in a proposal to a company, right? And you want our business, but you couldn't be bothered to spell our name right. And he said that wasn't very clever,
My first impression of Alan, I was in an interview situation, so my first impression was focused on talking about my work and really understanding what James Cubbit was about. It was more of a conversation, just talking about architecture and the kind of work that I had been doing and the kind of work that Mr. Davis had been doing. My experience working with him is Mr. Davis is a very pedantic person, or AD as we call him, is a very pedantic person. He's very detailed. He believes in processes and things being done properly. So I do like his rigorous approach to things and just how pedantic he is when it comes to details.
In all of my 11 years of staying in James Cubbit Architect, those three words, a friend, a leader, and being a father, has resonated in all of our relationship. And somehow, he tends to put you first. He gets a feeling of what you are looking forward to, and he enables you, to achieve it. I think that is very strong. I emulate him in a lot of things. I like his drive for wanting to not be a dinosaur, but move along with the trend of times and keeping himself updated with quite a lot of, I would say, the techie world.
What you will realize is that he's basically a very reasonable person. He wants to reason with you. He wants to understand where you're coming from, what is making you say what you're saying, what is making you feel what you're feeling. And as long as you can get his attention enough to explain to him a good number of times, you can see that he's gotten it, he understands. And once he's on your side, not necessarily on your side like I'm on your side, but once he's on the side of you, understanding you, then you have an ally in him, as it were. You have someone who you feel as though this is a teammate, and he's got my back.
I mean, I would say that the most memorable moment I would have of Mr. Davis would be the times when he's just being himself, which he is most of the time, the clarion Mr. Davis call in the office, that thing, yeah, where he raises his voice and come on chaps, or everybody come into the conference room or something and does that really loud booming voice like a megaphone. Yeah, well, I wish him a fantastic day. Like, I hope he has lots of celebration. I hope he eats lots of cake. I hope he has lots of drinks, which I'm sure lots of people will push his way.
I wish him joy, so much joy. I pray for a lot of grandchildren for him, twins, triplets. Maybe that will get him to rest, from work, away from work.
I wish him continuous good health on this 70th birthday and beyond.
Alan, my wife Tosi and I send you our best wishes for a long, healthy and prosperous life. And we look forward to popping the champagne when you get back. Happy birthday.
And what I wish for him is many, many years in good health, staying young, staying happy, enjoying his family, his grandchildren.
My single prayer for him is that he enjoys the fruits of his labor to the fullest. Whatever areas that he has invested in, he enjoys the fruits that brings to bear, for him, to the maximum possible level, up until he decides that by maybe at the age of 100, he decides that he's going away.
Someone that said that we should sing happy birthday to you.
No, please, do you agree with Mr. Coca? Is it not happy birthday? Am I saying bye-bye to anybody?
It's not, no, I'm saying this song, the particular song you've chosen, it's not about his birthday. It's about the remembrance
You are
of
the
Martin
one
Luther
that
King.
knows now.
That's what that
Me, I
song is
don't know
about.
that one. Do you know?
You didn't
Prophet
know?
Chi, did you know that one?
No, I'm just saying.
You didn't know? Did you know?
You call him Bobrisky.
I don't know Bobrisky.